what opinion of X would have you like this, right? So I did King's Edition. I said, what King's opinion would put you in this position?
It is Kevin Durant's picture.
Yeah. And we had a couple of different things in that whole discussion. I'll tell you what mine was.
Okay.
Mine was the Kings don't have to be a better team, a better defensive team to make it to the NBA Finals. They don't have to be. I didn't say I don't want them to. I didn't say I don't hope they are. But I don't think if the Kings don't win in the playoffs, I don't believe it's going to be because of that. I don't think they have to be a better defense team. There was a bunch, like the mentions got crazy on this one. It had my man, shout out to my man Jesse. I think I told you this one the other day. He said Keegan can be just as good as Peja.
Okay.
That was strong. There's another one. DeMarcus Cousins and De'Aaron Fox are both top 5 Kings of all time. That's not a strong one. That's a fact.
Would Domas could be the best king of all time? Is that a strong one?
Would be a strong one. Is that you standing on that one? You feel that way? It's not crazy.
Man, I'm playing along with the idea. I don't know that I feel that way. I think part of the I asked it because my immediate thought was, I wonder, watching Domas play, and I think anyone who, which is most of you, who have sat through watching this basketball team for the last 16 years and have seen the bad basketball, the bad players, the disengaged veterans, the lost rookies, the poor free agent selections, the poor trade acquisitions. You've seen all of that. Watching, and you go back to the hug herd around the world, like watching Domas play for the first time immediately was like, whew,
it's different.
This dude is a ball player.
Yeah.
I was at a different stage of like fandom and life watching Chris and those guys. Chris, probably my favorite King of all time. The thing that gives me pause though is I think Domas can be better than Chris or Vlade or Peja or Mitch or whoever you consider to be the greatest King of all time. Yeah. But I wonder if that mantle is going to belong to somebody else on the team right now.
I think it's De'Aaron would be the leader in the clubhouse, so to speak, for that. I think he's on track to being the greatest King of all time.
I think I can say I believe Domas will be the best King outside of De'Aaron Fox that we've ever seen. Like, and I'm trying to say is I think Domas can be better than Chris, and he can be better than Vlade, and he can be better than those guys. I just can't bring myself to say I think he's going to be better than De'Aaron Fox when it's all said and done.
Right. And look, the thing about it with Domas, maybe this is a cop out or whatever, but I'll say this: I haven't seen anybody that's better and more productive than Domas. More productive. Like Chris Webber had great seasons. Vlade had great seasons, and statistically probably better. Like Chris Webber was an MVP candidate. Domas is an MVP candidate.
Yeah.
Like he's there.
Yeah.
Now, to your point.
Well, Chris was like 2.
Right.
Like Chris was like.
But
Chris arguably.
To your point, though, De'Aaron Fox is probably an MVP candidate. Now, I'll even say this: when Chris was 2, they didn't. I don't remember who won it that year, but
I think it was Tim Duncan. I think
they didn't have 3 guys like Jokic, Giannis, and Embiid doing what they did.
Yeah,
Domas he's in the conversation for sure.
Yeah,
and Fox is too.
I saw. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No.
I saw. I didn't hear you guys bring this to the radio, but I did see some of your mentions, and I think one of them said, "What was it? Was it Vlade was a necessary evil?"
I think that was John Bull.
Oh my God.
And
that explains why
it wasn't even a hot take. Like he argued it to
I'm gonna argue against it. Vlade was not a necessary evil. It was just a bad hire. It wasn't necessary.
It was just a bad hire.
It was just bad. That's all it was.
No, I actually.
But I did get a kick.
I don't want to
put.
I don't. Maybe he had a different version of it because he said something to the effect. I wish I could find it, but I can't right now. Something to the effect of, "We're in a better place because of Vlade's miscues compared to if he would have done what he was supposed to do."
I
drafting Luka, no pick swap. We're in a better place today because of his miscues than we would be if he would have did what he was supposed to do.
Okay. I don't think that does it for me. I don't think so.
If you
like if his miscue, like if he drafts Luka, so I guess it boils down to do you believe that ultimately Vlade was fired because he didn't draft Luka? Because he could have screwed everything else up after that draft pick.
Yeah, I think to a certain degree
we could be the Dallas Mavericks, which isn't good right now, by the way.
Yeah, it's not a good look. And tell me if this makes sense. It's not because he didn't draft Luka. It's because Marvin Bagley didn't work out. If Marvin Bagley would have played the way he did his rookie year and been able to stay healthy.
If Marvin Bagley could have been Jaren Jackson.
Yeah.
Like that's not Luka.
Yeah.
It's not Trey, but it's a good ball
Jackson,
player.
I mean, it's on his resume now. He's an all-star. I don't even
he's a good player, even if you took that off of his resume.
Not even,
he's a good player.
I wouldn't even say Marvin has to be an all-star. Just a good ball player. Somebody that's solid, brings 16 and 8 every night.
Mm-hmm.
I think Vlade still has his job. I mean, hell, if there was no pandemic, I agree with James on this. He'd probably have his job today.
Well, he might have lost it by now.
He might have lost it, but he wouldn't have been fired if there was no bubble. At that time, he wouldn't have been fired.
Who would Vlade have taken last year?
Vlade would have took Keegan Murray.
You think so?
Yeah, because that's why he didn't take Luka. Because of Fox.
So he's going to do it again? he was going to do it again?
He would have took Keegan Murray. Vlade might have took Shaedon Sharp.
Oh, he might have.
I don't think he would have took Jaden Ivey though.
I'd love to know who he was going to take.
It would have been right there on his big board.
It probably was.
For everybody to see.
Let's get Lazy in here. 916-909-1320. What's happening, Lazy?
Yo, D-Lon Casey, what's popping, guys?
HAL, what's up, baby?
Hey, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Hey, KC, I tried calling in Friday, brother. You and Ham Spice was talking it up. I couldn't get in, but I wanted to follow up on your hot take or unpopular opinion or whatever.
Okay.
Hey, man, Kings are playing great. I ain't got nothing negative to say. But the Fox E nickname, yo, can we get something cooler than that? Firefox, Star Fox, anything else. I just think he deserves a better nickname for the way he's playing. And just following up on what you guys were just talking about, yeah, if Luka probably came to the Kings, you guys probably would have been in the playoffs probably earlier, but like he hasn't really got out of the first or second round too much, so probably wouldn't have went too far. But yeah, I just want to chime in with that.
All right, Lazy.
Appreciate you. First of all, I don't know if we really call him that much. We don't use this nickname, but his nickname is Swiper. Does he still go by Swiper?
I've never heard him called Swiper before.
It's on his shoes.
I understand that. I have never heard him called Swiper before.
When he first
it's on his handle.
When he first came into the league, it was a little more prevalent. I'd say in the last couple of years, maybe because things aren't going really well.
Now they got the Jimi Hendrix. Like it's a full-on thing now.
What?
The Foxy.
Who does that?
The arena. Yeah. When he scores, they do the Jimi Hendrix track.
I never subscribed to Foxy.
I didn't either.
Yeah. It's not the best, but that's his nickname. I would say.
I think
that's his official
we might
nickname.
be stuck with it.
I just call him 5.
Well, you're close with Mark Jones. Why don't you tell him like, hey, let's dead this. Let's try something else.
Well, then we got to talk to Drapes.
Oh, we talk to Drapes too.
Drapes. I mean, it's a movement right now to make it Foxy. I think
Mike Brown wrong with it.
Foxy.
Well, yeah,
there's nothing wrong with it.
I think Monty called him Foxy on a press. Like I think that's his nickname. That's it. When you start having music, that ties to your nickname after you
I still
score.
call him Swiper.
You write it. I've literally never heard you call him Swiper before.
Well, I call
ever.
him 5.
I saw your shoes, but I've never seen you.
I call
I've
him
never-
5.
Okay. Well, you call everyone by their number.
Well, when you're
We
on a
called
certain
97. Well, we called 97 for a different reason.
status. Well, he on a status. When you get that
But
status,
that's not why
you
we
get
were
the
calling him
numbers.
97.
That's true too. That's true too. But I don't like. I don't say 41.
No, you don't.
Trey Lyles.
That doesn't sound as cool.
8.
5 sounds good.
DPLG. And he was out there with the people.
He was kicking it.
Deli was out there.
Everybody
like it was
got
after
a picture with
It
Deli.
was out, like it was after a high school game.
Yeah.